Just about everyone hates to pay bills, but that hatred tends to run hotter here in California.
I would like nothing more than to see PG&E go down in flames. I mean, it's just asinine how much I feel like they just take advantage of the people of the state of California.
Allison Buchanan's power bills were so daunting, she applied for PG&E's income qualified discount. And as a single mom of 2 kids, she did qualify. That knocked almost $400 off her September bill. But her electricity that month still cost almost $600.
It's just a lot of sacrifice. That's the beginning of school year too. So, I mean, that's the kids' school clothes, and it's all the things that they have to, we sign up for, and the clubs and the sports.
She's tried cutting back. She let the hot tub out back turn green, but her 3,000 square foot house can take a lot of power to cool, so sometimes she sacrifices that too.
In fact, I don't turn the air conditioning on upstairs generally. It's anywhere from 94 to 97 degrees upstairs in the summer. So generally, I sleep on the couch downstairs underneath the ceiling fan because the downstairs stays a lot cooler.
So just so I'm clear, you live in a gated community, you're on a low-income plan with PG&E, and you're sleeping on your couch because of your power bill.
Yes, that is very correct.
It's not just her. Power is expensive in California. Altogether, Californians pay 1.6 times the national average price for electricity. In PG&E's monopoly, the price is double the national average and rising. It's really hard to compare one power bill with another. The rate you pay any given moment can vary based on things like the time of day of the week, the season of the year, whether you've got solar panels or an electric car, how much power you use, your income level, and what kind of house you live in. But there's one factor that tends to be bigger than all of those things: what kind of utility you have.
There's different kinds of utilities, investor-owned utilities and municipal electric utilities.
PG&E is the biggest investor-owned utility, and one of the biggest municipal utilities is Sacramento's SMUD.
Generally, municipal utilities are 15 to 20% lower than investor-owned utilities in terms of their costs.
Here's why. All power providers have to cover 2 main costs: generation, the cost of making the electricity, and delivery, the cost of building and running all the power lines that get it to you. But the investor-owned utilities have one more thing they have to pay: profit to shareholders.
I said, I'm going to fund some CEO's vacation to Europe or a new boat or something like that. It's kind of what I feel like.
To grasp what this means to a typical household budget, we've come here, to the border. The houses on this side of me are in SMUD. The houses on that side are in PG&E's monopoly. If you take the average price they pay for a unit of power and the average amount an American household uses, the folks on the SMUD side pay about $130 a month. The folks in PG&E's turf pay more than $200. That's $71 more a month. Over the course of a whole year, they pay $855 more just because they live on that side of the line.
So we'll take yours first.
We crunched the numbers on Allison's bill and another bill that same month from a SMUD customer who sent theirs. Even with PG&E's discount for lower income homes, she had the higher effective rate.
You're on the discount program and you're paying more than full price at SMUD.
Doesn't surprise me. Not one bit. Makes me angry.
We wanted to ask PG&E questions on camera for this story. They declined, but pointed out in a written statement that the profit they make is on the delivery side of the business, not the cost of buying power from the power plants, and that their rates are approved by government regulators. Our commitment is to keep customer costs as low as possible, the company told us. But PG&E's CEO, Bill Johnson, recently told the U.S. Senate the rates will in fact go up.
There is some cost increases that will come to the consumers that were planned before the bankruptcy was declared.
In a hearing on utilities and wildfires, Johnson skipped over the part where a federal judge blamed his company for taking billions in profit that should have been spent on fire safety, but he did admit that after causing wildfires that killed at least 109 people and burned down tens of thousands of family homes, that PG&E's grid needs safety upgrades. And yes, it's going to bill the customers for those.
But some of the upgrades of the system and other things to the benefit of the customers, and they will have to help contribute to that.
We do already have an idea of what that can look like. Out of the 30 biggest power providers in California, only one has rates even higher than PG&E: San Diego Gas and Electric. Their power lines sparked big wildfires a decade before PG&E did, racking up damages in the billions and forcing the company to spend money on safety upgrades. And the customers there are paying for it.
It hurts the average, the average Joe, the average Californian, the most.
It's exactly what worries Allison about PG&E.
They are sitting pretty, and they think that they can just raise the rates and pass their mistakes on to us.
She has her reservations about a possible government takeover, but at this point, she's seen enough. Allison wants PG&E gone.
Maybe people deserve a second chance, but a third and a fourth and a fifth and a sixth? I mean, come on.
Hey, real quick before you go, PG&E says a whole bunch of you are actually paying higher rates than you really need to. Remember that discount program we told you about earlier in the piece? Yeah, PG&E says more than 150,000 families who qualify for it haven't even applied. To check whether you do qualify, all you got to do is go here, and if you're not in PG&E, there are very similar programs and utilities all over the state of California, so check with yours to see if you might be able to save yourself a little money.